we want to determine the missing term from the given data. To find a missing term, we are going to apply the logic. We know that the forward operator delta is equal to e minus 1. Since the forward difference of f of x is equal to f of x plus h minus f of x, and e minus 1 f of x is equal to e f of x minus f of x, it is the shifting operator, so e f of x is equal to f of x plus h minus f of x. Now from this 1 and equation 2, we can say that delta is equal to forward operator is equal to e minus 1. Again, suppose the three values of x and f of x is given, say 1, 2, 3, and say here 3, 8, and say 5. Then the first forward difference is equal to 8 minus 3, it is equal to say 5. 5 minus 8 is equal to minus 3. The second difference is minus 3 minus 5 is minus 8. So you can observe here this, if the three values are given, three values of x are given, then its second order, that is second order is constant, and its third and higher order difference of f of x is equal to what? 0. So here if we generalize this statement, if n values are given, n values of f of x is given, values of x are given, then its nth difference is equal to what? 0. So by using this two technique, we are going to determine missing term. The first technique is delta is equal to e minus 1, and the second logic is if the n values are given, then its nth difference, forward difference, is equal to what? 0. Now take a simple example. Estimate the missing term from this data. See here, x and f of x. X is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. It is 1, 4, 8. Then this is the missing term, 25. Then it is 2, 4, 8. It is again say 32, then 64, and then 128. Okay, so these are the data is given, and we want to determine what is the missing term of when x is equal to 4. You can observe here it is 2 raised to 0, this is 2 raised to 2, 2 raised to 3, this is what 2 raised to 5, so 2 raised to 6, and this is what 2 raised to 7, that is 128. This may be 2 raised to 4, that is 16, but since we are going to apply an approximate method, interpolation method, so it is not exactly 16, or it may be a 16 or very close to 16. So for that, so say this is what x0, x1, this is x2, x3, x4, x5, and x6. Again, this is what y0, y1, y2, say y3, y4, y5, and y6. So now how many values are given here? The values of 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7. We know the value of 6 values. 6 values of x are given. We know the 6 values of x. So its fifth difference is constant, and its sixth difference, that is delta raised to 6 f of x, is equal to 0. But what is delta? It is equal to e minus 1 raised to 6 f of x is equal to 0. By using this technique. We have just proved that the delta is equal to e minus 1. By using this logic, we can put the value of delta is what? E minus 1. Again, we know that a binomial expansion from the binomial expansion a plus b raised to n is equal to a nc0 a raised to n b raised to 0 plus nc1 a raised to n minus 1 b1 plus nc2 a raised to n minus 2 b2, and so on. We can expand this e minus 1 raised to 6, where a is equal to e and b is equal to minus 1 and n is equal to 6. So if we expand this, then e minus 1 raised to 6 f of x is equal to 6c0 e raised to 6 minus 1 raised to 0 plus 6c1 e raised to 5 minus 1 raised to 1 plus 6c2 e raised to 4 minus 1 raised to 2 plus 6c3 e raised to 3 minus 1 raised to 3 plus 6c4 e raised to 4 minus 1 raised to, we want to decrease the power of e, so it is e raised to 2 minus 1 raised to 4 plus 6c5 e minus 1 raised to 5, and last 6c6 e raised to 0 minus 1 raised to 6. Now by using calculator you can easily find the value of 6c0, or we know that what is the formula for NCR? NCR is equal to n factorial divided by r factorial n minus r factorial. By using this you can easily obtain the value of 6c0, 6c1 and so on. So we know that 6c0 is 1 and minus 1 raised to 0 is 1. So the first term, if we simplify this, then e minus 1 raised to 6 f of x is equal to first e raised to 6, next 6c1 is 6, so it is equal to, and minus 1 raised to 1 is minus 1, so minus 6, it is what? Minus 6 e raised to 5. Next 6c2, so what is 6c2? The 6c2 is equal to 6 factorial divided by 2 factorial into 6 minus 2 is what? 4 factorial. So this is 6 into 5 into 4 factorial divided by 4 factorial into 2 factorial. This will get cancelled here, and this is equal to what? 15. 3 into 5 is what? 15. So 6c2 is equal to 15. And e raised to 4 minus 1 raised to 2, here you can see here e minus 1 raised to 2 is 1, so it is plus 15 e raised to 4. Next the 6c3 is equal to, if you solve by using calculator, if you solve the 6c3, it is equal to 20, so it is 20 e cube, 6c3 20 e cube minus 20, minus 1 raised to 3, so it is minus 20. Next 6c4 again 15 e raised to 2 minus 1 raised to 4 is 1, so it is 15 e square. Next it is 15, next minus 6 e, and last this is minus 6 e, 6c5 is 6, and nc that is n minus 1 is n, so again ncn is 1, and e raised to 0 is 1, minus 1 raised to 6 is 1, so plus 1 into f of x, into f of x. So if you multiply this f of x inside the bracket, then it is equal to e raised to 6 f of x minus 6 e raised to 5 f of x plus 15 e raised to 4 f of x minus 20 e raised to 3 f of x plus 15 e raised to 2 f of x minus 6 e f of x plus f of x. Now here we know that e raised to n, since e raised to n f of x is equal to f of x plus nh, but what is the h? H is the difference of between x values. So here 2 minus 1 is 1, 3 minus 2 is 1, 4 minus 3 is 1. So the h is equal to 1. So here it is equal to, since h is equal to 1, you can see here the successive difference between the two successive difference of x values is equal to 1. So h is 1, and therefore e raised to n f of x is equal to f of x plus n. By using this, we can e raised to 6 f of x is equal to, this is equal to f of x plus 6 minus 6. What is e raised to 5 f of x? It is equal to f of x plus 5, x plus 5. Next 15 plus 15 f of x plus 4, 15 f of x plus 4 minus 20 f of x plus 3, minus 20 f of x plus 3, 20 f of x plus 3, 15 f of x plus 2 plus 15 f of x plus 2, then minus 6 f of x plus 1, minus 6 f of x plus 1 plus f of x. Now put here x is equal to, if you put x is equal to, say what is given here in table, we say that this is x6, this is x0. Okay, so if we put x is equal to 0, put x is equal to 0, then we get f of 6 minus 6 f of 5 plus 15 f of 4 minus 20 f of 3 plus 15 f of 2 minus 6 f of 1 plus f of 0. Okay, so that is f of 0. Or if we put x is equal to 1, instead of x, if we put x is equal to 1, then what happened here, I say here instead of 1, sorry, we put if we put here x is equal to 1, x is equal to 1, then this is f of 7 minus f of 6 times f of 6 plus 15 times f of 5, say 5, minus 20 times f of 4 plus 15 times f of 3 minus 6 times f of 2 plus f of 1. So what is here, f of 7, that is when x is equal to 7, what is f of 7 here? F of 7 is equal to, what is f of 7 is 128. F of 7 is what? 128. So if we put this value, then we get f of 7 is 128 minus 6 times f of 6. From table we get f of 6, when x is 6, f of 6 is equal to what? 64. 64. Next plus 15 times f of 5. So f of 5 is equal to, f of 5 is 32. This is what? 32. Right. See here, 32. F of 5 is 32. So here 32. Next, minus 20 into f of 4. F of 4, we want to determine the value of f of 4. Say f of 4. Next, missing term. So f of 4 is a missing term. 15 into f of 3. So f of 3, table, you can see here f of 3 is what? 8. So it is 3 is 8, minus 6, f of 2 is 4, and f of 1 is what? 1. So if you there is one, let me see, there is one correction here. 2 raised to 1 is 2, not 1. 2 raised to 1 is what? 2 raised to 1 is 2. So it is what? Not 1, it is 2. It is 2. Now if you simplify this, then it is equal to 128 minus 384 plus 480, then plus 120 minus 24 plus 2. So it is equal to plus minus 20 f of 4. 20 f of 4. All these equal to what? 0. This is all equal to what? 0. Why? Because delta raised to 6 f of x is what? 0. So here e minus 1 f of x is what? 0. E minus 1 raised to 6 f of x is what? 0. So here this all term is equal to 0, implies 20 f of 4 is equal to 20 f of 4 is equal to 322. If you simplify this, then f of 4 is equal to 322 divided by 20, and then we get f of 4 is equal to say 16.1. So what is an approximate solution? By using interpolation, it is 16.1. Here if we apply logic pattern, then we get the value should be 16, but since we use a numerical techniques, the answer is what? 16.1. Thank you.